Going on YouTube, welcome back to the Extra Deck podcast. It's always great to be doing this podcast. As you know, we got our guest Callie here.
Hey guys, please apologize. My eye is like
He's been struggling.
my allergies are going up right now. So just apologize if I start blinking weird and stuff. It's not conspiracy Callie. I'm just a little messed up right now.
It's conspiracy Callie. But I hope you guys are having a great day. As you know, it is very, 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 very tough to always not be at war with yourself. But as much as you can, please do not be at war with yourself because we want to see you guys prosper.
Please do. Because TJ, he's definitely at war with himself in that car right now.
My last week has been probably one of the worst weeks I've had in a while, but I'm more than optimistic. My car engine blew up. I fell at home and slid into a wall. I fell at Fremont Experience in Las Vegas on a parking garage stairs and then decided to collapse and black out as well.
You got to get this man a life alert, dog. Like, yo, he's falling. Hey, yo, imagine him at 60. That's how he's going to die, man. Like, if he's already fallen and he's not even 30 yet.
I'm falling and I can't get up.
Yeah, my week has been pretty bad as well. Lost $1,500. Boo Thang that was supposed to come over, she never came over. There were some other things that I'm trying to blank out right now, but they were not good things that have been happening. So my week has been pretty rough too. Oh, my RA is flaring up like who knows what. But like you said, don't be at war with yourself, and bad things are meant to happen, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So
I've learned that if you just dwell and you're constantly on these topics and you're bringing in that negative energy, it's always going to be there. So be as optimistic as you can. It's okay to have feelings, but just get them out as fast as possible and then push through.
You know what? And I think that's like the biggest growth ever. Like, even though you go through bad stuff, understanding that's how life is. That's the key, because bad stuff is gonna keep happening. It's a never-ending cycle, like, you know what I mean? So
absolutely. And speaking about bad stuff, this is going to actually get me into the topic. What is an example of a deck that was really good or potentially like right there, like, you know, and then just kind of got smacked out the water?
Fire Fist.
Oh man.
Fire Fist. Bro, we had so much hope for Fire Fist. Like, it was in the beginning of the Dragon Ruler format, so obviously that I was on pure hopium that whole way through.
Yeah, Prophecy and E-Dragon.
Yeah, it was terrible. Then afterward, it was a Fire Fist like that. It was not Fire Fist, dog. It was Fire Fist, Bear, Gorilla, and Tinky with hands.
It was Axis 4.
No, it was Wolf Bark, Fire Fist, Tinky. That's it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, stop. Yeah. That was not a deck. I mean, it was not a Fire Fist deck. It was a good deck, but not a Fire Fist.
It was Beast Warrior.
So definitely one of those decks on the cusp of being, but not.
Yeah. For me, I'm going to go right back to Windups. I mean, Windups was like right there. I'm on Hopium.
Yeah, you cap. You on Capium.
They was there.
He's on Capium. That's what he is. There are no Fire Fist cards on the Forbidden list.
No.
There are Wind-Up cards on the Forbidden list.
One.
Multiple. There was multiple. You forgot about Wind-Up Magician was on the Forbidden list, right?
It was limited for a while, yeah.
But it was on there. Wasn't Wind-Up Shark or Wind-Up Rat or something on the list?
Rat, maybe. I don't think so, though.
Wind-Up Rabbit was on there for other reasons, too.
Yeah. Well,
okay, then.
Chain Burn.
There has never been a single Fire Fist Rooster. But that was dumb. Like, that was the dumbest hit ever.
Tanky was on there, too.
Yeah, but that's for different reasons. That's easily for different reasons.
For different reasons?
Totally different reasons.
Okay. Then I would probably have to go to, like, Constellar more than likely, because until Teller Night, like, the Teller series wasn't really...
You mean Constellar? Well, so Teller was actually good. You mean Constellar?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
okay, yeah.
In the series of Teller, Constellar was almost there, and then they got their nerf, basically, because everything else was just better.
Bro, imagine Dragon Rulers, Constellars, and Evil Swarm with Prophecy being a 4-way format. That's a god format. That's a god format.
That easily probably takes Dragon Ruler out of tier 0 and makes it a viable
It makes
format.
it a viable. That would be dope if Constellar actually had that extra push of
just
support.
That little bit, yeah.
Yeah, to make it a really, really good deck, because Pleiades already deals with Draco Sack.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo.
I think had we got some of the Teller Knight Exceeds earlier, they would have benefited the Constellar.
Didn't we already have the card that you needed for Teller Knight to be good? The one that gets you the extra normal summon? I know we had the lower Exceeds, and I'm pretty sure we had the 5. I'm pretty sure we have. What did we miss? I don't know what we missed. I don't know. But if we had that, it would have been dope. If Constellar was that good. I want to go into that format and try to crack the code with that one.
Yeah, kind of like we've been doing with Edison lately and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
almost 2 decades later, but
maybe it was consistency.
probably.
I think that may have like doomed Constellar.
I think so. Actually, yeah, because we only had cards like Pot of Duality and stuff to help with consistency at the time, and it wasn't that good.
Going. Yeah.
You can't special summon after that. So yeah.
So maybe if they had like, I don't know, reinforcement of the army to 3 as well. I don't know.
Something that just allows them to facilitate their cards from their deck.
Or get into their 5s or something. I don't know. Something.
Yeah.
It would have been really fun to have them into the
plus Pleiades Turbo would have easily just kind of
it's like, it would have been really good against Draco Sack. I think it would have had a bad time against Spellbooks.
And we had Daigusto Emerald at the time, so it was easy to recur resources back.
Yeah.
So,
I think it would have been interesting, but almost in the what ifs, right?
Yeah.
I think that brings up another topic. What if? What if? I'm just gonna say because I think we should do this in every episode.
I think so
too.
Yeah.
What if? Where somebody
section.
brings a what if section.
Yeah,
I like that. What if? Goat format actually had like Pot of Duality, like some of the
consistency cards.
Yeah.
Like whether it be a draw or a search card that actually like it would have been a faster pace format. Only because you would have seen your cards sooner, which means that if you see them sooner, you're doing more.
Is Duality really a drawback in Goat format?
Yes and no, because then you can't summon stuff like Chaos Sorcerer, BLS, Relinquished, like
that's it. That's it. But you can see your Tribe Infectings faster.
You get to your Scapegoat sooner.
That probably should be a card in there. Yeah, that probably should be a card in that format.
Yeah.
But yeah, the reason why I say this is because there was a format almost 10 years ago called Nugia. And Nugia was like a GOAT format, but it had like extra deck and stuff like that. It had Tour Guide from the Underworld. And the format was actually, I didn't get to play too much into it, but it was a unique format that was pretty fun. And I've always wondered, what if we altered a format to include certain cards?
Right.
Like to make it more balanced. Like the Wind Up Insector format.
Yeah.
Like, what if in Aura of Chaos, I think there was a couple of other strategies that were like a little bit under those two strategies.
Yeah.
What if they got that support at that time? And it's like almost every format, we can look at a format and be like, dang, what if these cards came a little bit early? Because piggyback on that question, there are some strategies that are
could have benefited it.
Yes, they're way under supported at the time. And by the time they get the support to be great,
they're not great.
It's too late.
They're already power crept, and that's just the worst part. Is because a lot of these decks are actually fan favorite decks that were supposed to do good, and with like you said, without those cards, and by the time they get them, they've already been pushed out of the way, and it's like, what was the point then? You know?
That one does 100% suck in that particular category. But I guess we'll always live in the what ifs. You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
unless we actually go ahead and
we'll
test
just be Marvel.
Definitely.
And then, so what do you think is one or a couple pieces of like a combo that's like away from being super broken, but just isn't? Like stuff that has potential, like super potential, just is not there.
Combos that have the most potential to be busted, but aren't.
Yes.
So we're not going to talk about Cash Terra, because I mean,
they have
either
the
you know about the
and
combo
are
or
busted.
soon you're going to learn about the combo.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So not going to talk about that. Labyrinth.
Labyrinth? Okay.
Because not a lot of people do know about this. Lovely Lady of the Silver Castle triggers anytime a monster is removed from a trap effect.
Okay.
And it's so, normal trap cards, cards say when your opponent activates a trap card or when a trap card is, this says trap effect.
Okay.
So it doesn't care.
Yeah, so it could be face up continuous spell, it could be a card in the graveyard, so.
Well, a face up continuous trap card. You said continuous spell, but anytime like a trap effect in the graveyard filled, it triggers her effect.
Right.
Which is stupid.
Okay.
Big Welcome Labyrinth can banish itself from the graveyard to bounce an opponent's card.
Wow.
From the graveyard.
So free compulse.
Yes. And just how the Labyrinth cards work on paper, like you read them and you're like, okay, these are some like you think that their effects are like mid, but once you start to stack them together and you build a chain link, their combos are like it's ridiculous because it's a trap deck. First of all, you don't think trap decks have combos, but no, there's.
I mean, Edledge branded.
but even then, that's Eldritch plus branded. This is just Labyrinth.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting to see how that deck evolves and how comboing. But maybe I'm just campaigning for Labyrinth. Do you have any?
For me, it would probably be the fact that like Punk almost has that like over the top kind of like, you're not breaking this. Like, we had that one more synchro monster that we could
I
make.
was just about to say, the
Like,
only thing that is missing
we just need
is, like,
another 11. Not
Yeah.
Amazing Dragon. We need another 11 that facilitates more. Because although having a giant Trunade is amazing,
it's God.
have we have that monster that's like a free Changying in a punk name would be like, it would be broken.
This actually, I think it's the perfect time to buy punk cards when nobody's paying attention, because what people don't notice is that punk is so open-ended. First of all, it's a synchro deck. It doesn't care what it's going into.
I wouldn't even say a synchro deck. It is a synchro engine.
Okay, it is. Well, here's the thing. We said synchro deck, and we actually misappropriated.
Yeah.
It can fusion summon too. It has one, but here's the thing.
Magikarp is one card.
It has one
It's Rising
fusion, and it doesn't say summon the Rising card, right?
It just okay. So
It
if we
allows
got
you
another
to
fusion.
fusion summon.
Okay, so if we got another fusion, is what
Yeah,
you're saying.
like
Okay.
it has so much room for improvement.
Yeah.
And the strategy already it's ridiculous. Like
Right.
a twice per turn pot of greed.
Oh, so what if we got something like I forget the Gladiator Beast name, but it's like the Omni Negate almost.
Oh, like Herculenos?
Yeah.
That'd be ridiculous. If you had a monster, like, picture
Yeah,
out a punk fusion monster that says, when it's summoned, summon a punk monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard to your side of the field. And then once per turn, when your opponent activates an effect, you can negate the activation, and you have to control a level 3 monster in your graveyard to activate.
Or, hear me out, you have to tribute a punk monster from the field.
No. See,
You're not
making
seeing it.
cards fair.
No, you're not seeing it. Because then you tribute the Jam Dragon Drive, which now facilitates the fact that if you tribute for cost, your Jam Dragon Drive can activate when your opponent activates a response.
Yeah, but now you're gonna have to tribute a monster. Like, it's good in that particular situation.
Yeah.
I agree with that. But like, you gotta make cards like stupid busted.
Okay.
So just give it a third effect that says during either player's turn, you can tribute one punk monster to draw 2 cards.
Okay.
Or during your opponent's
Well,
turn.
we kind of already have that, though, in the field spell.
Why not? You need more.
Okay, I'll try more.
Yeah, it's
No,
like,
I'll try more.
obviously the deck is built off
Shake
draw.
my hand, thank you.
Or maybe like a punk hand trap, because I could see that happen.
Yeah, that
Like-
could easily happen. Like a level 3 tuner, like,
Yeah,
hand trap.
that can summon itself and then synchro on the opponent's turn,
And
because
it's
that's
searchable.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, that's again
Jam Dragon
saucy.
Drive, yeah.
Saucy. Like Punk has way too much potential. I think
Yeah.
it's the only strategy that didn't get multiple support through multiple cards. Because Exo Sister got Martha and Vetus
We
and
got,
Returnia.
so we got just
You're
Jam
not-
Dragon Drive.
Nope, that was from main set. I'm talking about
Oh,
like
from a side set?
yeah, or
Yeah.
from regular line sets.
Yeah.
Because you guys, like Exo Sister got 3 cards, I believe.
Right.
Adventure got 3 cards.
Yeah.
Though the cards were dog water and nobody talks about it.
Yeah.
Like I think Illegal Knight's the only good one.
Yeah.
And then the other one was like a common spell card. It was bad.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Punk didn't get anything other than Deer Note.
That's
And I
true.
think it's because Konami knows that
The deck would be too good, yeah.
if you give it 2 more Punk cards, you better make them either bad or like
Just be prepared to hit them.
yeah. Because it could be it.
Yeah. I think Punk is also one of those decks that has easily the most potential in today's Yu-Gi-Oh, let alone in future Yu-Gi-Oh.
I think that's
Because
why
it's so
Konami's scared.
splashable.
Yeah.
Like, it's so splashable. Easily why it's one of my favorite decks. Easily why I've been playing it for a long time. Like, it's that good.
Yeah. While we're on this topic, what do you think are some cards?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna give them a
Yeah,
a
down in the
heads up.
comments.
Yeah, guys, go ahead and post some cards, but also I'm gonna give you guys a sneak peek to cards that I feel that you should buy before they skyrocket in price, and engines that are really, really good. TJ, you have been a menace with the adventure. and I know you're gonna mention like, yo, this is a card that you should 100%.
Yeah.
What do you think about the adventure engine coming up?
I think the adventure engine coming up is just too good. It's too splashable. It's a free Omni Negate, and easily in some decks, even if you get rid of the resources are so recurable. It's just not funny. Like, it's so. If you don't have the adventure engine, buy it now. Like,
Definitely buy
not
these cards before it skyrockets.
not even that. Like, literally today, when you're seeing this, buy the adventure engine because it's not going anywhere. And if Konami hasn't hit it yet, I give it 3 more ban lists.
I think Konami should preemptively hit it now because that's what they do.
Yes.
But hypothetically, if they don't, oh my God, it's hunting season. The engine is just so good. It's just flat out good.
Let's put it this way. In decks like Punk, where you sometimes need a 7, sometimes you don't need the Omni Negate. Why? Because you're going to use a level 3 and the Wandering Griffin to make a Barone, which is a free Omni Negate. And if you really need to, in the standby phase, you swap out a Barone for the Wandering Griffin.
Yep.
You have 2 Omni Negates then.
Yep.
They're forced to stop the Barone, and if they don't, the Barone stops whatever they stop, and then you summon the Wandering Griffin back.
Facts.
Like, it is too good in some decks like that. You guys will see a duel challenge soon, which facilitates
Man,
It's too good.
This man is a big brain. He just figures out like some ridiculous. I think with TJ in in the Adventure Engine, it's ridiculous, my guys. Another thing I think you guys should be looking at that is just like completely ridiculous, and I'm not gonna get into any specific cards because again that would just change the whole video topic.
Yeah.
Collector's rares and ultimate rares. I have been seeing collector's rares and ultimate rares going for
so cheap,
all-time low prices. It's like back in our day, my God,
$400 or $500 cards.
Yeah, like ridiculously. I mean, they're still expensive now,
They're
even more expensive, but like ridiculously expensive. But now OTS cards, nobody values them. I feel like it's because everybody gets so many, but you got to remember these cards run out of regulation. Like they stop being printed at periods in time.
Yeah, and they're so cheap because like they're starting to print cards that aren't that like I'm in search of like guaranteed need it for collection purposes.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, people used to overpay, and we've heard stories of me people used to overpay for those cards.
I still overpay for ultimate. All of the ultimate rares I've bought of recent was overpay.
Yeah.
Overpay,
and
I don't care.
But they're not losing value anytime soon. The game has to die completely for them to lose value.
I don't even think then, because they're like the hardest sought after. Hypothetically, if the game dies out, there is a 0% chance to get these cards in circulation.
Right, but then there becomes a collector factor.
Yeah, exactly.
It becomes sole collector, less play.
Yeah, I mean, look at it from this perspective. I think I paid. What did I pay? 50 each for my Sky Striker Ace Rays.
Yeah,
I think they're maybe 40s or 30s or whatever right now.
Enchantresses are like 20s,
which is. Again, this is dumb.
Yeah.
But hear me out. When Kagaris first came out, they were about 20s. Ulti Kagaris. They were 20, 30, 40s.
Yep.
They were 150s just recently.
Yep.
Like, that's just like...
And it's been how long since they've been printed?
Exactly. You got to think about it for the long term. A lot of you guys got to think about the things for the long game. And then, look, hear me out. I have Ulti Shizukus, Ulti Kagaris, Ulti Hayates, Ulti Kanas, and now Ulti Rays.
That's over $1,000 plus bucks.
No, but
over
like
$1,500 plus bucks.
It's a whole set.
Yeah.
Like it's the
whole
entire.
thing.
You'd have to be a goofy goofball.
So when do we get Ulti engages?
I gotta get them.
I said when.
Oh, I was like, I mean, whatever I gotta complete the set. I hope that they don't make any more. Maybe Ulti Rose.
I can see that.
Ulti Zeke and Ulti Rose.
Yeah.
I can see the monsters
just
getting
to complete
ulti out.
those.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. If they started ulting out the whole deck, I'm like, what are we doing here at this point in time? Like, come on,
I wouldn't be
stop,
mad.
please.
But
I mean, no, I'm not. I'm gonna get it. Like,
yeah, but it's like, damn.
It's like, yo, like I actually would have been respectful if they made Ulti Zeke instead of Ulti Ray, but I think that just means that Konami has more plans for Sky Striker.
More than likely, because they usually don't print those ulti cards without them either being like a really good deck and continuously being a good deck, or it's a very sought after card.
Yeah, and it's like, man, they've reprinted Sky Striker cards over the past 4 years, which is ridiculous.
There's so many rarities.
Yeah, well, think about it. Like, they're getting alternate arts too. Like, you're like, that's and there's no doubt in my mind that Sky Striker is like Konami's love child. I think the same thing with Albaz.
Yeah,
because Fallen Albaz, Owlger, Ecclesia. Yeah, like there's
their whole Sword Soul interaction and everything. Like, there's so much within that story that it's their baby, and they just don't care to hit it.
And those are some cards that I think people should be like ultimate rares, collector's rares. Collector's rares are ridiculous. I gotta look at some and buy some right now. Because
even Starlights are down.
Starlights are down?
Starlights are even down on a lot of them. Like,
I'm not a big fan of Starlights.
I'm not either, but for collection purposes, it's if you have the other rarities, there's no reason not to look at the Starlight after.
Yeah, the reason why I'm not a big fan of Starlights is because, okay, so first of all, they're 1 per case, which is great, right? But like, they're way too hard to find for the price of what they're worth. You know what I mean? And on top of that, they look like Pokemon stickers. Like,
you're not wrong. But it's easily gonna be one of those things that, like, in a few years we're gonna look back and be like,
Appaloosa was like a $200-300 Starlight.
Now it's $1,200 bucks.
Yeah. So you're right. IP was also a cheap Starlight.
Dark was like $150. Now it's like $3, $4, $5.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like
I think the Charmers, Appaloosa, IP, the female Starlights, they're ridiculous right now.
I mean, it's just for collection purposes, those things should be looked at though.
100% agree. 100%. And I've always tried to look at things from a collector's perspective because, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I'm a collector, right? Like,
yeah,
this is my retirement fund.
Absolutely. Something else that should be looked at. We've seen in recent events where they are doing side events, and you're able to turn in tickets for mats that are no longer in rotation.
Bro, we seen a Burning Abyss, the virtual mat
from like 2014 or something, 2013. I forget the year, but like. Bro. Those aren't easy mats to get, like, unless you're willing to spend the money. But if you have an event in front of you that you can spend all day at a side event for, why not?
Overall, I think all of the mats that Konami had Like you don't.
Yeah.
They might be cheap right now, but you don't see them in circulation often.
Yeah.
So, people talk about. I think the best way to put it is COVID.
Yes.
You remember when certain cards, like collector's cards, weren't worth anything before COVID? Then COVID came out and the cards like this because you're literally looking at the next line of collector's cards.
Yeah. Well, that's also because everybody had all of the time on their hands, so they're like, I'm gonna play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Exactly. But like the biggest thing is that like we're in the same spot where things are cheap, and I guess forbid COVID for happening for the the things. But if something like that does happen, I mean, you guys are looking at it right in your faces a lot of times. A lot of these cards, the skyscrapers, the albos, the collector's cards, the mats that we just mentioned,
they skyrocket. It's like a stock market. You have like asset there basically. You have free money.
You know what makes sense? This is why I like Yu-Gi-Oh better than stock markets, because stock markets go up and down.
Yu-Gi-Oh is pretty solidified now.
Goes up. It only goes up.
Yeah.
At this point in time, I don't.
And if it doesn't go up, it's pretty steady. It's just holds.
The only time you'll lose money is in the initial. You don't lose money after that. Like
once it starts to hold money or value after like 3-6 months, you're golden.
Yeah, because like more often than not, Konami doesn't reprint in the same way.
Yeah.
And as long as they keep that up, then you're golden. You know what I mean? As long as they don't reprint Kagari Ulti, which would be, I think that's
I don't think
a dick kick right there.
They'd give it a Starlight before.
Yeah, I was like, what kind of dick kick is that? Like,
yeah.
As long as they don't do that, you're golden. You're just completely golden.
No, 100%. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it into another topic here. One of our favorite people, Doodle, gave us a question.
Doodle D.
What is the stupidest or worst kind of outcome of an idea for Duel Challenge that we've actually had that never got executed?
Ooh.
I know I'm making you think.
I mean, I'm trying to think of a worse one. Okay, me and June, we're gonna have our girlfriends pick our decks. We already pretty much had the whole outline. I had one of my girlfriends ready to pick a deck and everything. We literally had an outline. And it was pretty much written in stone. It was going to happen.
Yeah.
What changed my mind is that we made, I think it was the second or third Duel Challenge.
Okay.
We played using no monsters.
It was like spells and traps only, basically?
No, traps only.
Oh, okay.
It bombed. It did completely terrible. It made me completely change how I wanted to look into Duel Challenge. It was just like, it did that terrible. Overall, I think it's a lot better now than before, but it was the worst video I think we've made for Duel Challenge. And it made me completely change my mind on it. I think the only one that's worse is the Christmas one. For some reason, people don't like. Well, people like it, but it doesn't get the views.
I think it's more or less because it's not as this deck versus this deck. It's more like a holiday thing.
Fucked up. Watch the fucking video. It's awesome.
It's great.
It's one of the best Duel
I also
challenges.
think as we do more holiday stuff, that it'll start to pick up and people will start to, want it more.
To be fair, it is a video that lasts forever. Every holiday you can watch
go
it
back.
Christmas.
Yeah, and it's not like a timed out video because we're using pretty old and new cards. Like there's just, who doesn't want to watch Zesty Daddy?
Zesty Daddy. I think hardcore Duel Challenge fans will like that one.
Yeah.
And I don't mind. I actually will do that again. Every so often, I do not mind making a Duel Challenge that will bomb now. Like I am confident in that.
And the reason why I like them is because it's so much fun for us.
It's a relaxer for us.
Absolutely. I mean, I know you guys don't understand the process behind Duel Challenge, but like, as much as you guys get to see the fun and like all the good side of it, I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm not taking anything away from it, but there's just so much fatigue and like
there's a lot of nuance in it.
Yeah, there's so much work to it behind the scenes that like it can be a little bit like I don't really feel it today, and like a lot of times like today I was pushing Callie today because I knew he had it.
Yeah, he had to push me because I was not feeling it at all.
And there was other days that like he has to push me because I'm sitting there like, nah, it's just not happening. He's like, no, big dog, you doing it.
Fun fact. Literally, we flip-flopped between these 2 days. Yesterday, was it yesterday?
It was yesterday.
Okay, yesterday we did a remarkable feat. This is like going in Mount Olympus of best feats of all time when it comes to Duel Challenge. We did 2 Duel Challenges in one day.
And it's some serious time, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I was like, I sat down with TJ. I'm like, we're going to get this Duel Challenge done. He's like, there's no way we can get 2. Because it wasn't like we got 1 done.
Yeah.
And then, I was like, we're going to be able to get 2 today.
Yeah.
We're going to be able to, and TJ was like, nah, we're not going to be able to get 2.
No, I looked at you, I was like, it's possible, but I know us, we're going to be fatigued, and we're going to not want to do it anymore. But we got through it.
Bro, I don't know exactly what I was on and how I did it and how we did it.
I don't know.
I am confident that we can do 2 Duel Challenges. I'm confident we can do it now, just if we follow the formula that we did last time. So I got to look back into it. And then today, I'm still like it today because RA is flaring up all this other stuff. I was like, I do not want to finish because we do the takes last.
Yeah.
Everything. Like, I do not want to finish Duel Challenge. It's either like, nah, we finishing this.
I'm here, man. I mean, to be fair, though, the takes take significantly less time than it does for the actual Duel Challenge. So we might as well just knock it out, which is why I had to push them. But, you know, like, there's just, we have those days. Like,
yeah. And that really only happens with Duel Challenge.
Yeah.
It does take, it's time consuming.
Yeah. And to be fair, I'm surprised you were like that this week because of my past week. I thought with my head injury and my car blowing up and, like, everything, I would have been like, nah, I don't want to do anything. I'm done for the week. I'm done for the month. I'm done for the year. Like,
it's only January, brother.
I'm done.
You know, I think it's really cool that we push each other.
Yeah.
And I like to say that we have this cool little energy that comes off.
Yeah.
It's like when one of us is down, the other one picks the other one up.
Absolutely.
And vice versa. I think that's something that
not a lot of people have.
Yeah, I don't think people have, like, especially in the Yu-Gi-Oh tubing space. The Yu-Gi-Oh space overall is just
content creation space.
a brother.
Yeah.
Like, I think that a lot of the content creators in this space right now, they're cool with each other. Mm-hmm. But I think that there are a lot more content creators that are cool with each other on the surface, and behind their backs, they're like, they got the
beef,
moment that
something.
they can.
Yeah.
The moment that they can, they will take advantage of the situation, or they'll real I just like, I can tell because how people move.
Yeah.
And how people talk to each other, I can just tell. But or I have a strong feeling of it. But me and TJ, nah, that's my brother, though.
Yeah.
That's my brother. I get his boy a series. That's my brother. Like, you know what I mean? If I feel that it was good enough to win,
and y'all better thank Callie, because he's the one that pushed me to start my YouTube channel. I looked at that man and I was like,
Yeah, he was like, you can't do it. Bro, I'm telling you, TJ, over these past few months, you have evolved into a total. Well, you're still the same guy, but like you're like.
I've split myself very well.
I don't know. I think you've evolved. Actually, I think you've evolved. Yeah, you've turned from Pikachu to Raichu type evolution.
Take me back. Who gave me that Thunderstone?
But like, no, I feel like you've physically, mentally, emotionally, just like developed into you know.
So for a while, I was at this like wall. I was just kind of like smacking my head all the time, like it just, you know, that like revolving door, and that dude is just don't. Like, just
and then
can't
you
get through
hey,
it.
wait, what if I don't do this?
Yeah, what if I climb over it, you know? Like, so I finally kind of like, and it takes a lot because like I was stuck in my own mindset. I had to rewire my own mind just to give you guys that little perspective. Because I am the worst critic of myself, and I know people say that all the time. No, I'm really the worst critic of myself.
I think your critique brings you down.
I'm always in my head.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm in my head a lot of times too, so I can
always
see from that
in my head.
Yeah.
Like, from the moment I wake up, literally like the literal minute I wake up to the literal minute I go to sleep, my brain just is always going, and I'm always like, what can I be doing? What did this? Where can this be better? Or what can I do for this? Or why didn't I do this? Or why didn't I change this? Or but I really am the worst critic of my own self. So having that person that can look at you and be like, dog, get out your mind because you doing the wrong thing is so beneficial. And it's hard to find that genuine person that can be like that. So really, we have stumbled upon the perfect anomaly for each other because it just works. Mm-hmm. It really just works.
Facts. And on top, I mean, it helps that we're brothers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's such a long history.
Yeah, it helps that I look out for my dog. And that, you know, even if I didn't, his dad would probably like shoot me from his bazooka from 500 miles
while
away.
He was getting Osama, he would have had your head too, you know?
Yeah, he vetted me with the backstabbing serum.
And he got that tracker on you, so he always know where you at.
For sure. Well, I mean, we don't need to tell him about your dad. He's probably watching this podcast.
You're right. He'll tell y'all in the comments.
Insider, guys. Insider. But we probably shouldn't do too many of those.
No. But it's definitely, the content creation space is like a weird place for people to be. My best advice from somebody who's even just starting, let alone watch somebody progress and help them progress, be as optimistic as you can, because optimism goes a long ways. And if you're not optimistic, you're not going to put out the content you want, let alone help somebody put out the content that they want.
Yeah.
So, you know, as long as you're optimistic and you can be critical to them. Tell them how you actually feel. Just don't be rude or demean them or defame them in any way, because truthfully, helping somebody could potentially give you doors that you never saw. I didn't think I'd ever be in the YouTube space, and this man is handing me everything I could be for a YouTuber, and it's just one of the best things that's ever happened. So my best advice, whether it's to people or to other content creators in your entire group, just be that genuine person.
That's facts. And I want to piggyback off what you said. Like, you know, don't be overly critical of yourself and just do it. There are some series and some videos that I thought were complete trash, and y'all came at me sideways like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing? What do you mean? Nah, that shit." Or some.
Yeah.
Let's get to a micromanagement. There are some takes. I'd be like, "Yo, this was ass. Like, I got to do this again." And TJ or Bird or somebody like, "Yo, what is wrong with you, dog?"
Yeah.
Like, 100%, guys. Don't be afraid to put your step forward and don't doubt yourself, because when you do it, you do it. But even more importantly, to add on to that, don't be afraid to fail.
Yeah.
You're gonna fail. You're gonna get out there. You're gonna throw something out there. It's gonna be bad. Don't be afraid of it. Okay? Just learn from it. Change your style. Keep going.
So the best advice that I heard to put that into perspective, your failures are your best achievements. Because you learn from them.
Hell no. Fuck them. Fuck them failures. I want to just keep achieving. No.
All right, Xbox 360. But seriously, because you learn from your failures, at least I hope you try to. They are your best achievements, because when you look back at them, you're like, damn, that really opened this up for me, and this allowed me to learn this, or allowed me to do this. So don't be afraid to fail. Just don't choose to fail.
Duel Challenge wouldn't exist if it wasn't for all the other duel failures. So
Absolutely.
you're 100% right.
Absolutely.
100% right.
And I wouldn't even say that those are failures. Those are just more or less progressions on top of each other, because like we're learning from it. So it's like, it's not even that it's a failure. It was just an entire, I look back at it as just an entire series. To me, this is just, Duel Challenge has always been Duel Challenge. Whether it's been Friday Night Duels, Duel Challenge, this deck versus this deck, Battle of the Gods, it's literally the same.
More or less, they're the same thing. I
just
do
got
agree with
better.
that. It's literally just like a better version.
Yeah.
It's been way better. I do agree.
Oh, yeah.
100% agree. You got another topic for us?
I think I do. So picking back off of all of this negative stuff, I want to lead into probably the last topic, the most optimistic part. What has been the favorite Duel Challenge or part of Duel Challenge?
My favorite Duel Challenge?
Or parts of Duel Challenge, you know, like whether it be part of the actual behind the scenes or the actual Duel Challenge itself, just whatever is the favorite part or thing of it.
Okay, so my favorite thing about Duel Challenge is that we get to kick it. Obviously,
Okay, yeah.
You know, like at the end of the day, it's an excuse for us to get together.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part about Duel Challenge. My favorite, the funniest part was the elixir. I've been trying to replicate that for the last few Duel Challenges every single time. I even have like a jar of how I don't know how you are with jalapenos.
Oh yeah.
I have a jar of jalapenos that I wanted to introduce to us for another.
I
Duel
love
challenge.
hot stuff.
Yeah, but like
that's not a challenge for me.
Exactly. I'm looking at it like, yo,
Yeah.
I was drinking it by myself just a couple. Like,
Yeah.
I have. That was probably one of the most interesting moments for like just moment wise.
Yeah.
My favorite Duel Challenge. I don't know. I love them all.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
Oh, the one where I realized that Alpha Master Beast was a god when I beat Jude with it. that was probably because I didn't realize how much I liked Alpha until that.
Yeah.
Game. I didn't realize how much I liked Scareclaw until that game.
Yeah.
Same thing with Labyrinth. I didn't realize how much I liked Labyrinth until that game. So, playing you, I didn't realize how. I think it was the first time I played Despia against you. I didn't realize how much I liked Despia.
Yeah, it was.
Like so.
Yeah.
I guess there's many moments. Like
Okay.
Playing Duel Challenge is an experience for me, just like how it's an experience for you. I get to play the deck and I get to understand.
Yeah.
And have fun with it.
Yeah, and just so you guys understand before I get to mine, a lot of these times we have to learn these decks on the fly. So that may be why we have mistakes and stuff like that, which we tried to...
Probably also why we were able to do 2 in one day.
Because we knew
the
these decks, and we have been studying these decks
And
already.
Cast Chair is not easy to... Or it's not hard to learn.
No. big ol' thumb in, do some things. Like,
That's pretty much what it was. Yeah.
For me, the favorite parts of Duel Challenge for me is those takes. Because we get to be the goofiest we can. I can't wait for you. We just did this one take.
You really like that whole thing?
I liked that.
I thought they were bad. See, this is what I'm talking about. The
well,
whole time we were making the takes, I'm like, these takes are fucking trash.
I thought
that
last second part though, like the second half of those takes for the other video,
was the
funnest.
So we could do the other ones over? Is that what you're saying?
I thought they were all great.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is in fun, kind of energetic way. Like that second part, like those skits we were just doing for me.
I 100% think we need to incorporate more skits and more fun.
Yeah.
I think Duel Challenge needs to step away. Like the entertainment should be backseat.
Yeah.
To the, I'm sorry, the information should be backseat to the entertainment.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely. But that is definitely my favorite parts because we get to be the goofiest, most pure versions of ourselves, just having fun.
Yeah.
Like half the time we make some of the funniest stuff that doesn't even go in because we make even funnier stuff. Like, and it's just that is so fun.
My favorite, well, unfortunately, the favorite things that don't make it. My favorite part is like our takes. Like when I say something and then at the end,
messed up.
No.
Oh.
It's like I say something, right? And then in the background you say something. Obviously you can't say anything, but since you know what happened, you said something. And it's fucking hilarious. And I'm just like, dog, what are the actual? Those are some of my favorite ones.
Sometimes I just have to break him. It's the fun. Like, getting him to break sometimes actually is some of the best motivation because he gets stuck, and so do I. But, like, when we break each other, we're like, all right, fine, I'll take a second. Like,
and then to be honest, I like looking at every Duel challenge as actual challenge within the challenge. Like, yo, what can we do so you guys can appreciate and love Duel challenge?
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of times we want you guys to interact, which is why we make those like skits or jokes or do certain things, is because we want the viewer to be really involved and have like almost an input basically, because without you guys we wouldn't be anything. So that would definitely easily be one of my favorite parts, is that the behind the scenes, making those like cuts and takes and skits and stuff.
No cap, those are awesome.
My favorite recent Duel challenge would easily be the first Dark World Duel challenge.
Welcome
to the Dark World.
I hated and loved that one because DJ got to play Dark World, right?
I didn't think Dark World would be that good.
And then he's like, welcome to the Dark. I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. But what made it worse is that I'm fucking playing Crystal Beast. I'm like, my God. Like, that's like,
you should have used those crystals to cleanse yourself.
Oh my God. It's like, it's not like I have a beef against Crystal Beast. It's that like,
the matchup was bad for you.
Dark World, and I'm playing Crystal Beast.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking, like, what deck can I play? And I'm like, Cyber Dragon? I'm like, yeah, no.
And you just lose,
I was like, forget it. I'm going to make a Mega Fleet and pass.
Oh, man. But that would easily be one of my Duel challenges, because I did not expect Dark World to ever be that good, even with the structure that coming out and knowing the like information we had. But it was good.
Cyber Strike versus Dark World. I'm ready to lose to Dark World. That's not fair. It's not fair. It's not.
So what would that be? 3 times in the Dark World?
It'd be 3 times in the Dark World.
How do you keep getting out, by the way?
I don't fucking know at this point.
Grappa just keeps sending you back up?
He's like, yo, bro, you're annoying. Get the fuck out. I don't know what he does.
You get there for a week, he's like, yeah, I have use for you. A week later, he's like, go home.
I think it's because I keep on talking about strategies and stuff. And I keep on harassing Goth Mommy. I don't know.
Yeah, and meanwhile, he's like, can you leave my secretary alone?
I was like, no, she is Howard.
Oh man. But that would easily be my favorite part of Duel Challenge. Did you have anything you wanted to talk about today?
I think we talked about it in the beginning, but
perfect.
You're 100% right. I'm excited for. Are you excited for Proton Hypernova?
I'm like super excited. Are you kidding me?
I'm not even excited for like the new. I'm excited for like the other, not the main stuff, like the Evil Eye, the Plunder Patrol. I really, bro, I did not know I liked Plunder Patrol until I started playing Plunder Patrol. That deck is fucking phenomenal. Labyrinth Mommy. I think Konami did not miss in the last 2 sets with Darkwing Blast and Photon Hypernova. Aside from them breaking top in Yu-Gi-Oh, oh my God, it's like it's the last 2 sets have been
really good.
Best Yu-Gi-Oh sets
in a while. Probably like the last few years.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let's go back because there's been some
before 2019, right? Because 2019 Orcus would have been easily.
Top 5 Yu-Gi-Oh sets. Eternity Code.
Okay.
Duelist Rising. No, the one after Eternity Code.
Rising Duelist.
The one with Forbidden Droplet. I think it is called Rise of the Duelist. ROTD. Yeah. The set with Shuttles.
Duelist Alliance.
There you go. Oh shit, it's tough from there. It's tough from there. Those 3, okay, top 3 sets. Those are the 3 best sets, and I will fight you over these to the end of the. Those are the 3 best. And as you can see, 2 of the 3
are recent,
very recent. If I had to pick a 4th and a 5th,
Ooh. That's tough. I also don't know sets that well, so I can't really give you a top 5.
I could not think of. I want to say Invasion Chaos. What am I doing here? Invasion Chaos. Invasion of Chaos. I mean that set still has cards being played to this
That's
day.
true.
Grid Maju is an Invasion of Chaos card. You know what I mean? Black Luster Soldier, iconic. And then last one. I could say the Duelist Genesis because it changed Yu-Gi-Oh forever.
Okay.
But I don't think that's overall I don't think that's a great set.
Okay.
But those are 4 sets, and I know I'm missing. The set with Vanity's Emptiness in it.
Oh.
Starstrike Blast.
Yes. Starstrike. Oh yeah. Starstrike Blast is even to this.
Just because
day.
of how absurd it is. Like every time you took for like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for like almost 9 years straight. You'd be like, oh, what's this card that's skyrocketed price? It's from Starstrike Blast.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
yeah.
So those are the 5. I think when the dust settles, if we can forget about tier format, Darkwing Blast could probably take over as the 5th spot.
You think so?
Spot. I think so too.
Okay.
And Photon Hypernova has the potential to like if somebody said, no, Photon Hypernova instead of Darkwing Blast, it has the potential to be like, all right. Yeah.
Arguable. Yeah, it's debatable.
Arguable as hell.
Okay. Like I said, I can't give you a top 5. I don't know Yu-Gi-Oh sets that well.
Bro, you're just going to say...
Order of Chaos, Order of Chaos, Order of Chaos, and Order of Chaos. And then a 5th time, Order of Chaos.
How did I know? I was like, he's just going to say Order of Chaos 5 times. Like, it's going to be Wind Up Insector, Wind Up Insector. But yeah, that's all I got.
That's all you got? Awesome. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast as much as I did because I love doing this. I love talking to you, big dog. It's great. It's really good to take us out of the dual challenge space as well because not only is that a relaxation, this is a relaxation too, you know? So like, always thank you, but thank you guys most importantly. I know you guys know me from his channel, but if you haven't been on his channel, make sure you go check out the Cali Effect. I always leave his description in the I always leave his link in the description below, as well as his Discord. So if you're not a part of that either, it is a fantastic community to be a part of. But until next time, I will see you guys on the next Extra Deck podcast.
Hey, yo, no, fuck that. Subscribe to this channel. This channel needs to be at 1,000. At least.
And I need about 3,000 more watch hours. So do it.